Welcome to Adventure in Art. My name is Ben Staley, your resident talking head. I guess if you're one of the diehards, if you're one of the regular subscribers, you're pretty familiar with my studio. And I was thinking about it recently, how many people have I actually shot in my studio? Down under that old bridge in that dry riverbed. So I went back through over a decade's worth of hard drives and catalogs and started tallying up all the shoots I'd done down there, all the people. It's well over 200. Crazy to think about. And as I was reflecting, I realized that choosing to use that space, that little out of the way space under an overpass, and inviting hundreds of people down there for photo shoots, it really honed my abilities. It really taught me a lot. There was just so much value that I got out of that practice, out of that repetition, out of using that same simple space for years and years and years. Mostly natural light, the same blank concrete walls. I've really grown as a portrait photographer, as an artist, as a director, as a creator. I've really grown down there. I've grown because of that space. I thought in this video that I would pass along some of the very important lessons that I've learned over the years. The photos in this little book are not necessarily in chronological order. They kind of generally are, because I just went through the drives and went through shoots kind of in year by year, but they're not in 100% order. These at the very beginning are some of my first photo shoots though. This is a model named Chelsea. She was incredible. One of the very first people I photographed down there. She asked, what do I bring? I said, bring a hoodie. So that kind of became a thing, bring a hoodie. And I would have people always bring a hoodie. I shot dozens of photos, dozens of portrait sessions with hoodies. I really love this portrait of Chelsea. One of the very first sessions I did down there, and to this day, one of my favorite photos ever captured in the studio. There's Shannon with a hoodie. And there's Hannah. I did shoot Hannah with a hoodie too. I don't know. No, it's not in here. One lesson that I learned, and I continue to learn it, but it's this one simple fact. Location matters. Not necessarily for the aesthetics, although that's very important. Yes, quality of light, the background, what it looks like, but location matters for the vibe. And I would get such a kick out of just coming down here, and people, I know they would be kind of looking around going, what the heck have I gotten myself into? And then right away I would show them the back of the camera and kind of show them what we were doing. And they would get really excited, and I'd be like, look at the quality of work we're doing in this very rustic, very simple place. I love these portraits of Alex, some of my favorites of all time. She was only down there about a half an hour. We took 30 or 40 shots only. I love these portraits. Location matters for the vibe. Now, number two rule, very important. You create the vibe. You are responsible for the vibe, for the attitude, for the energy. Yes, you're dealing with what people bring with them, whatever baggage they bring, but you create the vibe, and it takes effort, and it gets easier the more that you do it. I definitely learned that as I shot more and more people down under this bridge. an early session with my friend Annalisa, who was in the cookie jar. If you watch this channel, you probably remember the cookie jar that we made last year. This is Ashley. Ashley's an actress. She's been in some pretty cool projects, actually. You may have seen her. I love all the photos with Bambi here. I think there's more of her later on. She was incredible. So, along with that theme of you create the vibe, you must lead. You must be a leader. You need to direct. You need to set the tone, set the pace. You're in charge, but not in a like, do what I say kind of vibe. Make it collaborative, make it fun, have enthusiasm, have a point of view and share that point of view. That's what photography is all about, your point of view. So you must have one. And you must be able to communicate that point of view when you need to. I'm working towards making my own zine for the first time ever, and honestly, I've got a lot to learn. That's where Skillshare comes in. Skillshare is packed with creative classes taught by actual working pros, illustrators, graphic designers, entrepreneurs, people who really know their craft. It's built for anyone who wants to level up creatively by learning straight from the artists who've already done the thing. You can learn at your own pace, anytime, anywhere, and there's literally thousands of classes to choose from. Aaron Drapin's typeface class alone has already taught me a ton. Between that and a few design courses, I'm well on my way to creating my first zine. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code get a 1-month free trial at Skillshare. So go check it out. Get inspired and start creating something new. Big thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Oh, I love this session with Days. I wanted to put all of the photos in this little book. He's a model and a hairdresser, actually, I think, from Miami. He was out visiting and we did a session. Amazing. One thing that's very important, give people permission to be interesting. Let them experiment, let them loose, let them off the chain. You never know what will happen. Give yourself permission to be interesting, to break the rules, to be creative. Play, have fun, experiment. Don't come at it from a judgmental place. The reps really help for this. If you have the technicals down, you're not bound by constraints or the rules. Forget the rules. Let it fly, let it rip. You will be shocked at what you can achieve. Give people permission to be interesting. It's scary standing in front of someone's camera and having them expect you to do something, right? So have empathy, have compassion, respect these people who are bravely posing for you, exposing themselves for you. I love the photos in this format. I'm kind of obsessed with it, you guys. There's Nosh. She's in New York City now. I hope I get to photograph Nosh again. One thing that I continue to learn over and over, and that this space really taught me, is that constraints make you better. What do I say all the time? Your creativity comes from your limitations. This studio space really taught me that. Constraints make you better. Constraints with location, constraints with time, constraints with equipment. All these things force you to get as creative as possible. And that's not a bad thing. It's helpful. Another thing I really learned down here repeatedly is always try one more thing. You think you're done? As long as you have time somewhere in there, if the inclination comes up, if the urge is there, if the little tickle in the back of your brain says, what about this? Try it, try it. If the person you're with has one last idea, try it. Once you've gotten what you want and something comes up, dive in, because oftentimes that's where the best work comes from. Always try one more thing. Love this session with Bryn. She is so talented. She's on tour with some European rock band right now, performing on stage. She's amazing. Oh, I really love this session with Ali Rose. There's a whole video about it. Amazing, amazing. One final thing that I learned and that I want to pass on. There's no magic fairy dust, right? There's only practice, repetition, and effort. You've got to get the reps in over and over and over. Some fancy new camera isn't going to make you exceptional, right? It might give you a little bit of an edge up, but you've got to put the reps in. You've got to put the effort in. You've got to have discipline, and you've got to go out over and over and over, day in and day out, as much as you can, as often as you can. You've got to get the reps in. There is no magic fairy dust. There's only practice. That's how you're gonna get better. Not sitting at home watching YouTube videos, not buying the most expensive camera or the fanciest lens. Sure, those things can help, but at the end of the day, it takes effort. It takes repetition. It takes practice. It takes discipline. You need to hone your skills. I made this little book with MagCloud, and I did the layout and everything with free software called Affinity. They're not sponsored. They don't even know I'm doing this. They have nothing to do with this. That's just what I use to make this little book. And I love it, and I'm kind of obsessed with this now. In this new year, yes, as I've said before, I'm definitely going to be creating a zine. Once you hold your work like this, nothing else really compares. A lot of times I would just tell people to yell. They go, "What do you mean? Just yell, just yell." You gotta be brave. You've gotta be brave if you want to get in front of the camera. I've been blessed to photograph so many brave people that just trusted me. I'm grateful for that. Rachel. She is so talented. She's a brilliant singer, songwriter. There's Bambi again. So good. I love these. To recap, there's no magic fairy dust. You just got to get the reps in. So find a place where you can get the reps in. Bring some people down there. Give them permission to be interesting, to be themselves. Create a vibe. Get out there and make something. Thanks Skillshare for sponsoring this video. We'll see y'all real soon.